Quick word on the machine heads I'm using. The Govan signature actually calls for the Spurzel locking tuners. I found these on eBay, which are pretty much a knockoff of the Spurzels, or the Schallers if you want. I think they're made by Wilkinson. They run around 22 bucks for a set. I'm kind of anxious to see how well they work. They seem pretty solid. I think Guitar Fetish sells these for about twice the price. But figured it goes along with the inexpensive route we're trying to take, and I'd like to see how well they work. So. Well, here she is. Here she is. I'm calling it the double G right now. I've given it about a week and a half to kind of put it through its paces. I've played it with a few band practices and whatnot, just to see how it holds up. And although I might be a bit biased because I built it and everything, it seems to hold up fairly well. The basswood the guitar itself turned out really light. It's probably just under 6 pounds total, and that has largely to do with just the short time I was able to roast the wood. Took a lot of the moisture out and it just made it lighter. So how does it handle? How does it sound? I'll start from here and work my way back. The machine heads, the inexpensive $22 Wilkinson locking machine heads, they seem to work fairly well. No significant tunage dropping or anything like that. They seem to lock pretty well. I guess time will tell on how well they hold up, through the rigors of playing and everything like that. But they're inexpensive, and you can tell they're inexpensive. Graphite nut looks nice. I was able to slot it so I wouldn't need a string tree like theirs does. And what that does is it releases a little bit of the break angle, so in effect makes the bottom string seem a little slinkier, so you can get some really nice action and bendicity. Neck itself is really nice. There's a little bit of flame on the back. It's a pretty stable neck. I'm really happy with the way WD necks come out. I mean, when you get them, you kind of got to look through them and make sure everything's right. But I haven't had a bad neck from them yet, so it's not bad at all. Coming to the body, the pickups, they're not bad. They could probably use a little bit more string definition, but you get what you pay for. But it's a good sounding guitar. I mean. know, you can get some pretty versatile sounds. You know, the volume and tone are pretty much legit for what you would use a volume and tone for. My little treble pass thing works okay. A little bit more of a volume drop than I was hoping for, so it's in effect the same as tapping the coils. So I'm going to experiment with that a little bit, I think. The bridge is great for the price that this bridge was. I mean, the whammy bar locks in and has it doesn't lock in, but it's got a tension screw on it. Seems to be really stable. Of course, I did put a stop in there, so it just returns to a 0 position every time. So I don't have it floating, you know, but I don't really do a lot of whammy stuff anyway. So having it locked down like that is really good for a person like me that does like drop D and whatnot. And side jack works well. Overall, it seems to be a really good guitar. Now, what would I do differently if I was going to do this next time, or do it again? I would fork out an extra $100 and buy some, you know, higher end pickups. Not taking away from anything the GFS is doing, but you know, I think it could stand for it a little bit. I'd go with the fork conductor and do the super strat wiring, and have this, you know, wired as the tap for more pickup, a la Ibanez, like Japanese Ibanez stuff. The veneer turned out really nice. I did have some issues with it around the side here. So I think next time I would go with something like around 1/8 of an inch thick or 3/16 thick. It would probably look better, especially on the rounded edges, and I would have more play, you know, sanding. That was one of the things I was worried about, sanding through the veneer. So there's a couple rough spots that the True Oil minimized a lot of that, you know, just by filling it in. But it could be better. Could be a lot worse though. So it was a great experiment to go that route. But next time I would put a thicker veneer on. And the body itself, I was only able to roast this for about 3 hours, and then the wife came home and said, "Get that piece of wood out of my oven." So I think next time I'll do like 6 hours and just see where it goes from there. But other than that, it turned out to be a really good guitar. I'm having fun playing it right now. Of course, you know, I can't keep them all, so it's for sale. Right now, just because it was an experiment, and you know, I used, you know, less expensive materials. I've got it for around 600, but you know, it's still a really nice guitar. Is it a Guthrie Govan? No, it is not a Guthrie Govan. That being said, it's still a really good guitar, but you know, you get what you pay for, type of thing, and it is not a $3,000 guitar. But that being said, it's a really nice guitar. It's a U.S. made guitar, boutique. But anyway, I had a blast doing it, and you know, and that was the journey. You know, just building the guitar. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the videos, and you know where to find me. I'll talk to you later.